Today I decided to make my yummy beef stew. It's snowing outside in New York. It's the perfect weather for this kind of soup. So stick around and watch me make it. Also, I'm gonna include ingredients I used to make it so you could make it. I don't have... Zoe never barks, so this is a treat. I'm gonna include the ingredients. Zoe! I have some flour in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, some salt. I'm going to mix this up to throw in the meat. Just want the meat to be nicely coated. The flour will help with browning, and then also it will thicken the stew later on. All the stuff I need is my stew beef that is coated in flour, salt, pepper, and then I cheated a little bit, so I got a soup mix, so it has some onion, some carrots, and celery in it. And I also had frozen celery, so I'm trying to get rid of this too because it was gonna go bad, so I just chopped it up and I was like, I'm gonna throw it in a soup one day. Then I used a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, some fresh herbs. Then I chopped up a little bit more onion, carrots to make it like thick and chunky. And add a bay leaf, preheating the Dutch oven. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil in there and let this heat up. So the pan is nice and hot. I'm going to add the onions I chopped up. Let them sweat a little bit. I like to see them go a little bit of translucent. I already messed up. I got really excited. I was like, let me throw these onions in there. I love the smell of them when they're like roasting. I forgot to brown the meat. That's the most important part. It builds so much more flavor. Now we're going to brown the meat. To crowd them, it's gonna steam instead of brown. Just want to like let them be for like a minute, and you could flip them over or just stir them. It has like a really nice crust, and it also leaves some of the juices behind. Gives more flavor. I'm gonna take the beef out. So you see this like brown? That's like all flavor from the meat. So now, it's time for me to add my onions. Then I'm gonna add my celery, carrot, more onions mix that I got from the supermarket. So now you just want the veggies to sweat a little bit, so you stir around once in a while. I'm gonna add salt and pepper in a few minutes. It'll be really yummy. I'm also gonna add my frozen celery. That's gonna release a little bit of moisture, so it's gonna help me try to scrape some of this stuff up so it doesn't really burn. Even though if it does burn, it's okay because it just adds to the flavor. So the vegetables are sweating and they're releasing a little bit of moisture. And also because I added the celery that's frozen that I needed to use up, it released more moisture, so it was easy for me to scrape the yumminess from the meat. I'm gonna add my other carrots just to make them a little sweeter and caramelized. I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning, some salt, fresh ground pepper. It smells so good. All right, I like the way that looks. That was probably, it's translucent and yummy. So I'm gonna add the steak. That's the steak. I'm adding back the meat. And I'm gonna stir this all around. Make sure you get all that juice. That's what the flavor is. I'm using chicken stock because I don't really like it too beefy, but if you like beef stock, then you could go ahead, or vegetable stock. So I'm gonna add 3 bay leaves. I'm going to add tomato paste. I like the tube because I could save it for longer. So like a nice squirt. This gives it acidity, so it balances out the flavors. I'm going to add some fresh, I think this is rosemary and thyme. Doesn't look too good, but it's okay, it's for the stew anyway. I add maybe 1.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna add a water bottle, a 16-ounce water bottle in here. Then I'm gonna give this a nice stir. Then I'm gonna wait for this to come to a boil, and then I'm gonna cover it. Now it's boiling. I'm gonna give it a quick stir, and then I'm gonna cover it for, I check it about every 15 minutes. So I cover it like this, so it has steam escape. There we go, that's the word. It's been 15 minutes. Now I'm just gonna reduce the heat. Low, medium. Snow, it's snowing. My beef stew's gonna taste so delicious because of the snow. So after about an hour and a half into cooking, I'm just gonna stir it. I just feel like sometimes it sticks on the bottom, so I like to stir it. I usually cook this for about 3 hours. The last hour I add the barley. I'm gonna cover this back up. Whoa! Not all the way, I crack it. It got rich in colors. I'm gonna add barley. I usually do half a bag. I add a little bit of water because it reduced a lot. So I'm just gonna dump barley in here. It's gonna thicken it, and it's gonna make it delicious. It's also gonna make it like really thick. Just stir it in there. It's 6 o'clock, so this has been cooking for about 2 hours, and it's gonna cook 1 more hour, and then it's done. Even though it's already done, the meat kind of like falls apart. It's very easy to break up, and I'm excited. Also, like, try to scrape this stuff down because that's where all the flavor is. I'm excited for some beef barley soup. Yum, yum, yum. I'm gonna toast up some bread. And, ooh, yum, yum, yum. Look at it. It looks so delicious. how thick it is. Woo! Steamy, steamy, steamy. Giving you guys a facial with my steam. Thanks so much for watching. If you decided to make the recipe, please let me know how it turns out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah!